And welcome to the Movie Madhouse. I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
And our very special
Jamie.
guest. There we go. How you doing, Jamie?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How are things in the world of slam wrestling?
Good so far. I mostly do the book side of stuff, so I've got a big stack of books on my desk waiting for me to read them. But
Yeah, you're a massive book reader, aren't you? Like,
yes, and I'm the book editor, so that's mostly what I take on is all the... With self-publishing, there are so many wrestling books. Like, there's a new one all the time. Yeah.
I saw a picture. What was that latest one you had about Vader?
Yeah, that was Kenny Casanova did that autobiography with Vader and Jason Norris, who I actually had spoken to because he did an anthology he edited called Women Love Wrestling. And we've done a couple podcasts and things together. And I asked if he'd want to do a book story. And that, because that was one I've been meaning to get to. But like I said, I have a lot of books I'm trying to get to. And he had mentioned he'd read that one recently. So I said, oh, would you like to do a story about it? So yeah, we got the Vader book finally on Slam. I'm trying to get all the wrestling books on Slam. It's very ambitious, like I said, especially with self-publishing, but we'll get there.
There's one every other weekend.
I don't read much anymore. I used to a lot, and I absolutely love wrestler stories.
Yeah.
I love listening to wrestler road stories and whatnot. So I read a lot of the big ones early on, like all the McFoley's, Jericho, even Bobby Heenan's was fantastic.
I haven't read Heenan's yet. That one I want to read.
I managed to get a copy of that one, and that was a great read. I love that stuff.
Yeah, me too. Well, it's my
China,
job.
China's was good too.
China's?
I did like that one.
Did you? I was kind of disappointed in that one. And I'm a big China fan. I don't know. It just didn't.
I found hers more interesting than Mick Foley's, honestly.
Really?
Here we go again.
I wouldn't go that far. Yeah. Turn off, James. Well, let's get to our list because today is interesting. Our top 10 Dolph Lundgren movies with Jamie Hemmings. Guess who picked the topic?
I did.
Yes, she's a bit of a mark for Dolph, you know.
Can I show you guys something cool before we start that I got as a gift? This my husband got me. It's a Dolph print and it's signed. Let's see if we can show it there. And it was a bit of a...
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, and it says, if he dies, he dies.
Wow. That's awesome.
That's about Rocky, not your husband, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good. That's wicked. So you are a bit of a fan.
A little bit, yeah. I saw Rocky 4 when I was about 13, 14 years old, and he's been my favorite actor. And I'm one of those people, you'd see a Dolph Lundgren movie in the store, and I'd pick it up not knowing anything about it. So I've seen not all of them, because he's got like 93 acting credits on the Internet Movie Database. So I haven't seen all of them, but yeah, big fan.
Well, let's get into this list right away. And we always start with our guests. So, Jamie, what's your number 10?
Okay, so my number 10, this is a good movie, but Dolph's not in it a lot. It came out in 2018, Aquaman.
Aha.
So, I like the taglines on a lot of Dolph's movies, so I'm going to share those too. So the tagline for that one is "Home is Calling."
That's my number 4.
That's my number 5.
Ooh. Okay, well, it's the origin story of Aquaman. He was born to Queen of Atlantis and a human lighthouse keeper. And Dolph is one of the kings. And in the sea, I guess there's many, many kingdoms. And Dolph is one of the kings. He's King Nereus. And, okay, I'm a little bit biased. I am a sucker for gingers. And I'm married to a ginger. And I'm watching this movie, and Dolph has red hair. My head almost exploded. I was just like, oh, my dreams are coming true. And my husband's like, oh, dear God. Because I think I'm the only female in the theater that was there that was not salivating over Jason Momoa. I was like, I'm here for Dolph Lundgren. And it wasn't on very much. But yeah, and Dolph kind of gets tricked into joining, teaming up with Patrick Wilson, who is the half-brother to Aquaman. And Patrick Wilson wants to be Ocean Master, and he wants to declare war on the surface. So Aquaman has to take his rightful place as king and stop all these shenanigans. It's just a beautiful film, very stunning, like visually. Like you just see something new every time you watch it.
I love the undersea stuff in that.
Me too.
You know, they filmed it so nice.
Yeah,
And-
it's well cast. Willem Dafoe, Patrick Wilson, and yeah, Amber Heard's there. Yay!
Well, yeah.
Yeah, let's not. Yeah, no, yeah, no.
But everything other than that, even
Yes.
Jango Fett is in this. So, or Boba Fett now. So
Oh yeah.
he's now officially Boba. Yeah. We can do that. All right, Jason, what's your number 10?
My number 10. My list was relatively short to start, but I was able to fill out 10. I revisited this one because it's been a long time. From 1991, Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Ooh, that's on my list.
Still haven't seen that.
Now, I loved this movie back in the day, and it still holds up. It's that cheesy buddy cop action flick, but it works on so many levels. Lundgren is fantastic in it. The only problem I have with revisiting it is Brandon Lee. It just made me sad.
Yeah.
It made me sad that we don't have any more from him. Like, you know, he got 3 movies. That's all we got from Brandon Lee. And when you see his work, particularly The Crow, of course, and this movie,
Yeah.
there's just something there, and it is sadly missed today. But
My
it's
number 1.
It's a fun movie, and Lundgren was great in it. They flipped the script with Lee being of the Asian descent, but Lundgren being raised in Japan. Like that was a nice little twist, and it works. And that movie was still a lot of fun.
Technically, we got 4 movies from him, but most people probably wouldn't talk about Laser Mission.
I was counting that. What's the 4th then?
Laser Mission.
No, Laser Mission, The Crow.
Showdown.
Oh, I forgot Rapid Fire.
Rapid Fire was awesome.
Yes, I forgot Rapid Fire. So yes, 4 movies. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, that's my number 1.
Really?
I love that film with him and
Wow.
Dolph. Yep.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
Dolph Lundgren isn't in Rapid Fire.
No.
Showdown in Little Tokyo. Yes.
Oh, okay.
That way. Now, Jimmy, you said that's on your list?
Yes,
What number is that for you?
I think it's number 5.
Number 5.
Yeah, number 5.
Alrighty, I will mark that one in. James,
Yep.
number 10.
Oh, see, okay, so admittedly, out of his 93 acting credits, I've only seen 11 of them, and one of them I didn't like. That was Blackjack, the one John Woo TV movie he did, which was pretty really kind of bad. So I ended up with exactly 10.
Nice.
Now, a few of them just happen to have Dolph Lundgren in them, so I'm judging those ones on the movie. So my number 10 is from 1985. It is the James Bond film A View to a Kill, where apparently Dolph Lundgren plays the character of Venz. I don't remember him in it, but he's in it, so he's number 10.
That's my number 4.
Really?
Nice.
Yes.
It's
Wow.
a great Bond film because I'm a big Roger Moore Bond fan, and Christopher Walken in that, Grace Jones and stuff.
That's just it. I'm not a Roger Moore fan. I like watching them.
Well, you
But-
can be wrong and still be the host, you know.
Look who else is on the show, right?
Dolph was dating Grace Jones. That's how he got to make his debut. In that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Sometimes it's who
I
you
did.
know. But yeah, that is one of the best Roger Moore Bonds, I think. You know,
I still think the best of his is Octopussy, but View to a Kill is still great.
yeah, that one's okay. Anyway,
It's been too long since I've seen it, so I couldn't even try to include it.
yeah.
Oh, well, I had to exclude Red Scorpion because I know I saw that, but I have no recollection of it, so I had to exclude it.
Interesting.
Well, I know all y'all saw my number 10. 1989's The Punisher.
Oh, that's my number 6.
Yeah.
That's my
That's-
number 7.
And that's my number 6.
See, I predicted a lot of crossover. Somebody's going to mention one movie, and we're all going to knock it off our list.
Oh yeah, there's tons of crossover.
Unless Jamie has like a bunch of the direct-to-videos that none of us have seen.
I might. I just might.
He's done as many as like Seagal and Van Damme, I think.
Quite a few are direct to DVD, especially the more recent ones.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
I've got quite a few of them on my shelf.
I watched this one just because I had to, and I loved his performance, but I genuinely don't like the film. And that is because of what they did with the Punisher. Like, this was back when comics were just happy to be on screen, so they gave up so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even though it still had an R rating, it wouldn't even have an R rating now.
No.
And by today's standards, that would be PG-13 at best.
And I still remember Marvel Age. It was the info magazine for Marvel. And it came out with Dolph on the cover. You know, look at this, the Punisher here. And we still got the skull logo. And there's this arrow pointing to the base of his knife. And it's got the little white skull you can barely see in the picture. It's like, are you kidding me? And you didn't see it at all in the film. And I'm sorry, that's iconic to the Punisher.
Yep.
So I'm not a huge fan of the film, but as far as performances go, he was great as that character.
And Louis Gossett Jr.
Yes.
So I can't take away from it for that. Okay, number 9, Jamie.
So this is from 2010. That's when I had my son, so it was a big year. And it was The Expendables.
The first one?
Yeah.
That's my number 1.
Is it?
Ooh.
That's where I thought he had the best character arc, was in the first one.
Well, yeah, he's very troubled. He's an addict. The life of being a mercenary is getting to him. Oh, the tagline.
Don't replace me, man. He's just like, don't replace me, man.
That was my number 3.
Okay.
And I love the fight with him and Jet Li in the garage.
Oh, yes.
Especially when they get under the cow. And he goes, "Oh, it's my turn. Happy feet."
Yeah, he says, "Bring it, happy feet." Yeah.
What's that? You were going to do the tagline on that one, Jamie?
The tagline is "Choose your weapon. Every movie has a hero. This one, has them all."
There was so many people in that film.
Like even Steve Austin, the wrestlers in this movie, Mickey Rourke, who steals a lot of the scenes, Jason Statham, Sylvester Stallone, of course.
Oh,
who else is there?
Eric Roberts.
Eric Roberts is the villain. Yeah.
Terry Crews crushes in that film.
Terry Crews with the best gun ever.
That's his girlfriend. He refers to.
Hey, when he saves them, when he comes in, he's just lawn mowing all those guys in that hall.
He's just going down the hallway.
And they're all gone. He's, "Remember this at Christmas."
It's just a fun movie. For me, it's like it's an example of brain candy. Like you just put it on, you don't have to think, and it's just a fun movie.
Yep, absolutely. And Lundgren was fantastic in that. Again, that was my number 3. But I think I enjoyed him more in Expendables 2. Because we got to see more of the character, what he's like. He's a little bit crazy, but he's also a chemical engineer and he's a genius. And hey, what are you doing over there, Gunner? Making a bomb.
He has his master's in chemical engineering in real life.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow.
He had a full scholarship to MIT, but he dropped out to pursue acting.
He's a legit smart guy. Yeah.
He is. Yeah,
and a legit
and smart. Yeah. And badass, all that other stuff.
I had to look it up because I remember there was one other person, but I can't remember the name. Randy Couture was in it too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He actually hurt numerous stuntmen making that film. Yeah, he broke a few stuntmen.
Yeah,
Couture doesn't know how to. Couture doesn't know how to play fight.
Ah,
See, that's why you have many stunt people.
Yep. Bring in another one.
Jason, number 9.
My number 9, going back to 1990 this time, is a film called I Come in Peace, also known as Dark Angel.
that's my number 2.
Oh,
I
need
remember-
to revisit that one.
Sorry?
But I need to revisit it. It's been too long, but I remember it pretty vividly that it had a great blend of the sci-fi action, but it also had some scary stuff that just enough just to scare a younger kid. You know, and at that
I
point
remember-
I was like 16, so that's still younger in my mind.
I remember seeing the preview on TV for that one with the whole "I come in peace and you go in pieces," but
Mhm.
I never got around to watching it.
The CDs of death.
Yes.
Yeah.
What number was that for you, Jamie?
2.
2. There we go. There we go. This list is filling up fast.
And again,
I t-
Lundgren was just he played that quintessential action badass. He was the rogue cop, damn the rules and all that stuff. But he played it so spot on.
And it's when the movies were still being taken seriously, Dolph Lundgren movies, and he was given a decent budget. That quickly changed as the years went by.
Yeah.
Yeah, that disappeared fast, didn't it? Okay. James, number 10 or number 9.
My number 9 from 1987, Masters of the Universe. Dolph Lundgren playing
Number 4.
He-Man.
That is my number 4.
I don't think I've seen it since I was a kid, but I watched it several times when I was younger. And I always enjoyed it.
I loved it. I watched it so many times back in the day. Even though I feel like if I were to revisit it now, the cheese factor is going to really come out. But Lundgren, he really did pull He-Man to life, like in real life. Like, he played a great He-Man, absolutely. And there were talks of them trying to get sequel and all that stuff, but the movie really did poorly at the box office, so they could never get behind it.
Yeah. Him and Frank Langella.
Yes, yeah, Langella pretty much stole that film at Skeletor.
He was a great Skeletor. I never would have. When I first heard he was Skeletor, I was like, "How's that going to work?" And he was just amazing. Yeah.
That happens a lot with casting, I find, anymore. You know, you're getting that person to play them, really?
Yeah, it seemed very an odd choice, but he was so great.
That's just it. Yeah, a lot of times, really that person, and then you see him and it doesn't quite work. But sometimes they'll surprise you.
Do you guys know the show Friends?
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
I'm familiar.
A little bit. Well, Courtney Cox, who plays Monica, is in Masters of the Universe. And also the actress Christina Pickles, who plays Monica's mom on Friends, is the sorceress in Masters of the Universe.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Oh.
That's
Wow.
wicked.
I
You
do remember
tell her,
Courtney
yeah.
Cox from it. But yeah.
I only remember Courtney Cox from Dancing in the Dark.
Yes,
the
that's
Bruce Springs
Yes.
her
and
great
Ace
dance.
Ventura.
Right.
Oh yeah, she's an Ace Ventura.
That
Yeah.
is true too. That was a good role. My number 9. I love this one. This is back to when Jean-Claude Van Damme was right on top. 1992, Universal Soldier.
that is my number 7.
My number
Really?
6.
As my number 5.
Number 7.
Well, and I only watched, I think, one of the sequels. So I know he came back later in the series twice.
He came back.
Twice. He came
He
back
came back
twice
for
in
one of the direct to video ones.
Yep. I think that was the 5th one. But he did
I don't know
come
if he came
one
back
time
for-
prior.
I don't know if Van Damme only came back for Universal Soldier: The Return, but I don't think he came back for it.
No,
That
he
one
wasn't in
was-
that one.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
I only ever saw the first one.
The one
I
the
love
one
the
with
first
him and Michael Jai White was pretty good. It was actually in theaters, if you can believe that.
I didn't know
Really?
that.
Really? Wow.
Interesting.
I feel like the way he played his character in Universal Soldier, being basically the Vietnam vet that with the PTSD, and he'd gone a little loopy. I feel like he kind of drew some of that for Gunner in Expendables. There's a
Just more
definite
talking.
similarity there.
I never thought about that, but yeah.
Just more talking. That's all.
Yeah.
Gunner shares more. Okay, let's jump to number 8. Jamie.
Did you say yours, Rob?
Yeah, my number 9 was Universal Soldier.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Okay. My number 8 is from 1993, and it is Army of One.
I know I've heard of that. Oh yeah, I recognize the cover.
So the tagline for that is, "Sometimes one man is all it takes." The man being Dolph Lundgren. So Movie opens. Dolph and his partner Eddie are driving a semi truck, and they get pulled over by a cop. And Eddie ends up dead, and so does a cop. And Dolph gets the rap for that, so he's sent to jail. And on the way to being transported to prison, the cops try to get rid of him to exact revenge for their fallen comrade. And then so Dolph's on the run. He decides to take a hostage, who is played by Christian Alfonso. And if you were a young girl kind of in the 90s, you'd watch Days of Our Lives, and she was on as Hope Brady. And I think this might be her only movie role. But so Dolph decides he's going. It turns out he wasn't just your average trucker. He was actually hauling exotic cars, and he wants to collect the money he is owed, and also give some of that money to his dead partner's family. So, and there's crooked cops. There's a weird love scene in the desert involving aloe vera, exotic car chases, and Dolph has a fun line when he's trying to collect the money that he's owed. He says, "You can open the safe with your balls or without them." And he has a gun point to the guy's crotch. Yeah.
Okay, now I got to watch this.
It's a fun movie. I hadn't seen it in quite a long time, and I was just putting this together. I rewatched it, and it's really fun.
I'm going to be honest. You kind of sold me on the weird sex scene with aloe.
Well, it's weird because they're outside in the desert. Like, all this is in the desert, and there's a lot of sand. And I'm like, why are you rubbing stuff on yourself? Because it just can get full of sand.
Well, that way your skin doesn't dry out.
I guess. It's just weird.
Now, did you know there's another title for that?
For Army of One?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. No.
Aloe in the desert?
Yes.
Joshua Tree. Well, he does refer to, he has a fondness for Joshua trees, so that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I went to look it up, and that's what it came up as.
Okay,
And
I didn't
aloe
realize.
vera,
Probably
apparently.
I have his Army of One, yeah.
Let's see if there's any trivia on aloe vera in here.
Sounds like a Last Tango in Paris kind of situation.
No.
Jason, number 8.
Too far.
About right.
My number 8 was mentioned briefly earlier, from 1988, Red Scorpion.
That's my number
I
7.
wish I could remember it.
Basically, as I see it, what started with Ivan Drago and Rocky IV, Lundgren became that poster child for this is what the Russian badass super soldier is supposed to look like, and then they just stuck him into Red Scorpion. It's basically a Russian Rambo, if you will, and it worked. It was badass, and we got that little peek, even if it is an Americanized version. We got that peek into the mythical Russian Spetsnaz soldier program and all that stuff, So, and of course, Lundgren crushed.
Yeah, this was the height of the action movie.
Mm-hmm.
The end of the 80s, beginning of the 90s, that's all they did. And they did them well. Very well.
And he's still that spiky hairdo going on from Rocky IV, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
That's why it worked.
Yes, that's the main
It's
important
all
part.
about the hair.
James, number 8.
Okay, my number 8 is from 2016, and this just happens to be one that I wasn't aware he was in, but according to IMDb, he plays a submarine commander in the Coen brothers' Hail Caesar.
Oh,
I never watched that
I've
one.
never seen that one. Yeah.
It's a good quirky. It's one of the good quirky Coen brothers movies as opposed to the not so good ones.
And see, I thought he was in that, and I tried to find it to rewatch it and couldn't, so I didn't put it on my list. Because I wasn't sure. Oh, Tom said, was Red Scorpion from 1988 mentioned?
Yes, just now.
Just a few minutes ago.
Jason did it. Question. And Greg says, hey, everybody, Rocky IV. Not sure where my list would go from there. Well, Hail Caesar, like I said, I wanted to check it out, but I couldn't find it anywhere. So my number 8 was The Expendables. And you're right. The next few, we're going to go through fairly quick because a lot of people have already mentioned stuff. Like Jamie said, her number 7 was The Punisher.
Yep.
Jason's Universal Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's Red Scorpion. James, what's yours?
Mine is Rocky IV,
Rocky IV?
as Greg
That's
just
my number one.
brought up.
I'm a little disappointed, James. But I shouldn't
Why?
be surprised. It's James.
Well, yeah, but you've got to put the three Expendables at the top. You have to put Aquaman and Universal. It's just obvious. They have to be ahead of it. It's a great role, but it's not his best.
Jamie, I apologize. James
I'm gonna
is a
cry.
little-
Don't apologize for being wrong. That's the great thing about this.
James, terrible. Greg says that. Greg,
Wow.
terrible, James, terrible.
Well, I get enough from these guys. So.
Oh.
Yep. Greg said nothing is ahead of Rocky 4.
How could it be?
Oh, Tom. Best part of Rocky 4 is when Dolph gets knocked out.
No.
Oh.
I think I was the only one cheering. I was like, who's the hot Russian guy? I'm cheering for him.
Well, now, where is it here? Oh, we flew through 7. I didn't even put the number up. Bing, there we go. Now I can go to 6. Well, everybody's is known here. Jamie's is Universal Soldier.
Yep.
Jason and James are both the Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, mine's not. Mine's already written down, so I thought all of us were already talked. Mine is from 1995. We talked about it briefly, I think, at the end of last episode. Johnny Mnemonic.
That is my number 5.
That's your number 5?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's one I still haven't seen, but I knew he was in it.
I adore that movie. It is the cyberpunk movie. Like it is loosely based on William Gibson's Neuromancer. It has so many elements of the cyberpunk genre, which I love. And Lundgren was fantastic as the crazy street preacher.
Oh, he
He
was
was also
so
a bounty hunter.
Multitasking. Yes.
This was an early glimpse of Neo, too, with Keanu Reeves. You know,
Yeah.
I see a lot of Neo in that.
Sure. Yeah, I can see some similarities there.
Oh, Craig said,
Jason,
Jason, we
can
can
you-
be friends. We have more in common with movies other than Kevin Smith.
Walk on thin ice there, sir.
And Tom
Do not
laughed
besmirch
and
the Kevin.
said- He says, I say that to Pam all the time. She loves Dolph just as much as Jamie.
Hello, Pam. Wasn't Pam on? Didn't she come on the Figure Gore and express
Yeah.
her love for Dolph? Okay, it's the same Pam.
It's
Yeah.
the same Pam. Yep. But yeah, that's an early Henry Rollins role in Johnny Mnemonic, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's in that.
Yes. Now I'm going to remember to change numbers. 5 we go to. How many of these ones are known? All of them.
All of them.
Jamie's Showdown in Little Tokyo. Jason Mnemonic. James, Universal Soldier. And me, Aquaman. So we go to, where is it? 4. And, these ones are known. Jamie and Jason are Masters of the Universe. James is Aquaman, and mine was View to a Kill. So that brings us to number 3.
This one hasn't been said yet.
Tom says, yes, she did. She's at work at the moment. That's why she's not watching.
Oh, okay.
So, Jamie, number 3.
This was the sequel I waited so long for. Creed 2.
That's my number 3.
Which is actually
I
like
was-
a sequel to Rocky 4.
I was curious about that one, but I wasn't a fan of Creed 1.
I wasn't either. I wasn't a big fan of Creed 1. I don't even own Creed 1. I have all the other Rocky movies, but I have Creed 2 because Dolph gives such an affecting performance. This is the aftermath many years later of losing to Rocky in Rocky 4. Ivan Drago is he's just disgraced, haunted completely. Bridget Nielsen, who played his wife in the first movie and also comes back in this movie, has left
Oh,
him.
does she?
Which
Yes.
is interesting because her and Stallone were married during Rocky 4 and got divorced, and I think she got quite a bit of money out of that. So it's very interesting they brought her back for Creed 2. But Dolph's raising his son alone, and his son is going to be boxing against Adonis, played by Michael B. Jordan. And this is kind of Dolph's chance to get some redemption.
Creed
Greg
2,
says Creed
amazing.
2,
I-
amazing. Love it.
I
heard it was good. I just never got
It
around
is.
to it.
I
So good.
just watched that movie for the first time today. Like I
Ooh.
literally finished it an hour ago.
Really?
Because I never got around to watching. I watched Creed like when it first came out. Creed 2 I just never got around to. But with this I had to squeeze it in. I watched it today, and I hummed and hawed about this, but I put it at my number one.
Really?
I put it above Rocky 4 for me, honestly. His performance, the evolution of the character was so well done. I actually wanted a lot more. I was really hoping for more. I was hoping for some sort of reconciliation, if you will, between him and Rocky, which maybe we'd never get that. But now, after
Didn't they have a
watching
scene
this,
together though?
they had one scene together. One scene, just the two of them, and it was great.
No kiss and makeup.
No, it's the lead up to the fight kind of thing, and I really wanted more. I was hoping for more, but what they gave us was awesome. Again, a great transition for that character, and apparently there's no word if this is actually going to happen, but they may do a Drago spinoff.
Oh,
that would be interesting.
Well, the thing about Rocky is they couldn't really kiss and make up, Rocky and Ivan Drago, because Ivan Drago is the reason Apollo Creed died. So Rocky is not that. That was such a.
But they didn't have to have a full-on reconciliation. But at least a show of respect or something. I don't know.
I don't know if Rocky's evolved enough for that. I think he's still angry.
I thought his story ended with Rocky Balboa.
No.
I thought that was such a.
Creed 2 is officially the last Rocky appearance.
For now, you never know.
Stallone made a big deal about this being his last time as Rocky. Yes, there was a whole thing on social media where he said a farewell and all that stuff.
Until someone offers him a ton of cash.
That's true.
I thought Rocky Balboa would be the end of it, and then we got Creed and Creed 2. So okay. Ooh, I'd be so into that.
There we go. So at least one website has saying it's a go.
Okay, all I read today was that there were talks. So
very, very nice. Oh, Tom says it's amazing, but I love the Rocky franchise, so I'm biased. Yeah, I think someone in this room is biased for Dolph, so it goes without saying, right?
Right.
Okay, so Jason, we know your number 3 is The Expendables, and we now know my number 3 is Creed 2 as well. So James, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Expendables 3. My for Expendables, mine go 1, 2, 3. So.
Oh, I see. So Expendables 1 was number 1. So that means your number 2 is Expendables 2.
It is indeed.
Spoiler.
See, and I couldn't include 3 just because I felt like there wasn't enough Dolph to include it in this list.
I didn't have enough Dolph to make a top 10 almost, so I had to include it.
How dare you?
Right? I think you see a chink in your armor, dude. You need a lot more Dolph in your life.
We all do.
Well, if he makes better stuff,
Oh.
Where does he live?
Chatham. No one can find it. Good luck.
Okay. Well.
Wow.
Well, my number 3 is Creed 2.
Love you, Jamie.
What a suck up.
I can't say the same about you.
Literally, in our top 2, there is only one unknown. Because Jamie's number 2 is I Come in Peace. James
I just want to show I have both of those, by the way. I have the VHS and the Blu-ray where it's I Come in Peace and Dark Angel.
Oh, wicked.
That's how serious I am.
Right? To have the VHS, period.
Yeah, that's impressive.
The only VHS I have here is the Star Wars trilogy. That's literally
that's
the only
respectable.
VHS.
Yes, that's very respectable.
James? What's that?
Same. I only have Star Wars on VHS.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, I lied. I have a handful of Disney ones.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I don't even remember what they are, so they don't count. James is Expendables 2, and mine number 2 is Rocky 4. Jason, what's your number 2?
Rocky 4.
Rocky. Oh, you said that already?
I kind of said it when I said I put Creed 2 above Rocky 4.
Oh.
Rocky 4 set the bar. Like I said, he was the definitive, this is the Russian badass monster. Like, he set that standard in pop culture with Rocky 4. Even though he only had, 3 lines in the whole movie?
Not very many.
He also had a montage.
He had the montage, but for speaking lines, I think he only says 3 lines. 2 that I can say for sure.
You will lose. I must break you, and if he dies, he dies.
Okay. Oh no. So 4 lines because he also yells, "I'm fighting for me."
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So 4 lines in that whole film, but it's the presence he brought. So
It's quality, not quantity.
exactly.
Well, that just goes to prove it exactly. And he helped set up one of the corners of the action franchise for the next 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
He also injured Sylvester Stallone in that movie.
Yes.
Stallone was like, "Hit me really hard, hit me harder," and he hit him so hard in the chest it moved Stallone's heart, and he had to go to the hospital.
Apparently, the lead actor getting knocked out in any Rocky film is kind of a tradition.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's happened on pretty much all of them.
Okay,
at some
that makes
point.
sense.
Even Rocky 5?
I believe something happened on that one too, but we try not to talk about that.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened on that one, but none of it good.
Jimmy's gonna kill you, Jason. Run.
I have no athletic ability whatsoever, so
She's not going to kill me. I'm the safe one.
That's right. Pam says yes. Dolph is the greatest.
Pam!
And
Hi,
damn
Pam.
sexy. I say that to Tom always when I cook him something new. Eat it. If you die, you die. Oh yeah, and Rocky 5, Tommy Gunn.
May rest in peace.
I really do try to block that one out.
I didn't mind it. Like it's definitely the weakest in the franchise, but it wasn't horrible.
It's a rough watch. It really is.
That's the low part in Rocky's life.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They filmed it that way on purpose.
Alrighty then.
And then we get to our number ones. Jamie's is Rocky 4, Jason's Creed 2, James is The Expendables, and I'm Showdown Little Tokyo. I love that film.
That is a great film.
It was. I as soon as you told me this topic, I immediately tracked down my copy of that so I could rewatch it because it's been too long and I missed how much I love that movie.
Right? It is weird the lines Brandon Lee has towards Dolph, like telling him he has the biggest dick he's ever seen on a man. Like whenever you bring that movie up to people, they're like, "Remember that line Brandon Lee said?" Or the car crushing scene where the guy, it's very obviously a doll being crushed in there, not a person.
Well, Greg said, it wasn't terrible, James, Rocky 5.
Uh-oh.
Thinking on your tastes, I'm surprised it wouldn't top higher in your charts in your heart.
Ha 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 ha. That's a fair point, but I'm with most people in not liking Rocky 5.
See,
So
most of the times on this show, if there's a good movie, James won't like it. And if there is a horrible movie, James will like it. It's just weird.
James, I'm pointing at you. You know, don't say it.
don't
mention
say
it.
what.
You know what? Don't.
What, Willie? What, Willie?
No.
I can't put you guys beside each other, can I?
You know what? I was trying to look for a T-shirt to wear that would have exactly that, just without saying it, but I couldn't find one.
Pam says, I love all of them also. I know it's cheesy, but I also love them in Universal Soldiers and Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
And Masters is cheesy, but it is so good.
Yeah.
Greg said, James digs the bargain bin. Got to get you on the figure gore.
Yeah, we love our bargain bin dollar finds on the figure gore.
There are
yeah.
some great finds in there.
We
A lot
have
of Dolph Lundgren finds too. I find a lot.
Yeah. You
We have
won't
a
find
new
Rocky
ranking.
5 in there, though, because they have standards.
we have a new ranking system on the figure gore too, and it's by cents. You know, Pondo loves to go to the Dollar Tree and get these movies, so he ranked
Common sense.
88 cents out of $1 because you could spend $1.
No, it's out of
for the
100
movie.
cents.
Yeah, Life was $2 because he bought 2 copies.
Yes. And he
And
still
then-
only gave it like a 90.
Yeah, and then there's one called Slashers Gone Wild where apparently Dollar Tree owes him $1.
I have never found movies at a dollar store. I don't know where these exist.
A Dollar Tree in the U.S.
I have one film that I bought at a dollar store. And that's,
I've never been able to find them there.
Because it's a friend of the podcasts.
I think we're thinking the same thing. That's where I got my copy.
The Scare House by Gavin Michael
yeah.
Booth. Found it at Dollarama randomly one day.
Yeah, Dollarama I've found, and sometimes you find some that are like $2.
I think View to a Kill was there.
I don't know, when I don't even look at that section anymore, but the last time I have, I think it was mostly like knockoff Veggie Tales type stuff. So no, I'll just keep moving.
I look at the books and I look at the movies.
Yep.
I just can't help myself.
I always head for the electronics. I don't know why. Gotta see the stuff. New toys. Let me see here. So he said, yeah, James digs the bargain bin, although Kevin Smith lines the bin.
No, he does not. You are full of lies, Greg. You will never see a Kevin Smith film at a dollar store because they limit the release of his film so much that only his true fans get copies.
So I guess I shouldn't state I actually got 2 movies at Dollarama because I got Red State there.
Red State's a great movie.
I got Red State at Dollarama.
Wow.
Okay, somebody must have dropped it there or something. No, that doesn't sound right.
They bought it at Giant Tiger next door and brought it over.
Exactly.
Greg says, thanks for a great countdown, everyone. Have a great night. Craig's out of here. Awesome. Jamie, thank you so much for doing this with us.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
This was fun.
This was a fun list. And I like doing these lists because it forces us to relive some stuff.
Yeah.
I got to go back and watch Showdown Little Tokyo, and I'm going to find Hail Caesar. I'm going to find it.
Yeah, I didn't know he was in that one, so now I haven't seen it yet, so that one I want to check out. Yeah.
I'm definitely going to be tracking down I Come in Peace to watch sometime soon. It's been way too long for that one.
I'm so curious about Pam's comment. Wait, did you all mention Dolph's big sausage?
Well, I mentioned Brandon Lee commenting on it in Showdown.
Yes. So it was mentioned. The sausage was mentioned.
But it's not seen in the movie. Dolph has not done any full frontal.
Not like Boogie Nights, no.
No.
You sound a little disappointed, Jamie.
A little bit.
All righty. Well, for another week.
I wonder, would he improve Boogie Nights?
Oh, I think so. Oh, yeah.
Okay, on that note, oh my gosh.
For another week at the Movie Madhouse, I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
I'm Jamie.
We will see you all later.
Bye.
Toodles.
James.
I say, shut up! It's a man!